automatic to manual swap. This is the piece that is different. You can see here, I accidentally bought a set that did have the original piece for something that's not an auto to manual swap. So if any of you guys need that mount, I've got an extra one. Anyways, this is the automatic to manual conversion mount. So the big thing with this is you do have to go and find two 12mm 1.75 thread pitch bolts to go on the bottom here. If you can't see, there are two bolts that hold this top piece in, and that's just a 10mm to get those in and out. So here, I'll just take them out for you real quick. Boom. Just went to the hardware store, grabbed a few of these. I'm gonna use some Loctite and tighten them down here before I put the mount on the transmission. So yeah, there are those two bolts. Then it does come with this bolt back here. Because of the spacing, the studs just aren't gonna work. Even these front two studs, you're gonna have to get new bolts because the studs, they get larger and they just won't fit through the holes. So just go get all new hardware for this. The only one this thing comes with is this guy. It came with these two extra bolts, which I really don't know what are for yet. Had to buy bolts for almost everything else. So these are the two bolts that I cut down earlier. This was the one that it came with to go into the back. You can see these are just slightly longer. Then you have your rear mount, or another thing for the auto to manual swap is you have to have one of these rear T-brackets. So this is a manual rear T-bracket. I tried to mount my old automatic one to the manual transmission just to see how different they were. And I thought I got ripped off of eBay because this one looks exactly the same as the automatic one. The biggest difference is that these two bottom holes are spaced farther apart on the manual T-bracket. So this one does fit, we're all good. I ordered the right one, saved myself there. This is the manual T-bracket. You're gonna make sure to wanna get this and this piece. These are like the two most essential pieces to get the engine and the transmission mounted properly. This is the driver's side bracket that everybody sees. They did send up some nice dress up hardware because again, you can't use the studs that are originally in the mount. You have to take the studs out of the mount that goes on the block and then use this hardware to mount it to that brace. So if you're doing Hasport, might as well do Hasport all around, even the torque mounts. So I went ahead and got two torque mounts as well. These guys come with the proper hardware. I can see that there's two long bolts to put through here. And then there's two smaller, like really nice bolts to, with some washers to use to mount. So let's get this started and try to mount this thing back into the car. So this is where we're at right now. It is almost high enough to slide in. So basically what I'm going to do is throw my jack under this side, jack this side up a few inches, and see if I can't just slide this guy right through there. All right, let's see if we can slide her in. Uh-oh. Something's leaking. Oh, just coolant from the radiator. All right. Cool, it's in for the most part. The next step is to take off this mount. I'll probably put the T-bracket in before I try to line everything up. Honestly, jacking the engine up from this pallet is kind of sketchy. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is lower the car on the jack stands down, see if I can get everything to line up. So let's do it. These back two are the hardest to get, so I'm gonna do those first. If I have to take off the power steering reservoir, oh well. Time for the T-bracket. All right, so I quickly realized that was a bad idea. So instead, I'm just gonna put this in the mount and put the engine up to it. I'm gonna look up the torque spec for these real quick, and then we'll be back. All right, now that I have all of the mounts somewhat into place, it is time to lower the body of the car, frame, everything, lower the car to the engine and hope that I can get close enough. As I got the car as low as it's gonna go on my jack stands. So I think now, I'm gonna try and lower the car even more, see how low I can go, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, quick update. It's definitely best to put the rear T-bracket in. I just pivoted up to there, put that bolt in. That allowed me to lift this side in, get these bolts down, and then now I'm going to make sure that I lift the transmission side right into place, and then I'm gonna bolt everything down. And those are the three main ones. Then I'll get everything, get the torque mounts on, and she's in there. Oh, the engine is in. All of the mounts are torqued down. The easiest way to do this is how I did: attach the T-bracket, get this into place, bolt that down, then move over to this side, do the driver's side bracket, and then the passenger side bracket. This one was definitely a pain. I just had to put some weight on it to get the holes to line up properly, but once I did, it was all good there. We'll say this bolt right here kept spinning, so I just went ahead and tightened that down until it doesn't move. I can't unscrew it with my hands, so that's good. And then I torqued the other ones down, so should be good to go there. Yeah, big step. Engine, motor, and transmission are back in the car. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Like I said, we successfully got what we wanted to done today. I got the engine mounted back in the car all by my damn self. I did strip one bolt, but that will be fine because there's two other ones holding it in. Stay tuned for the auto to manual swap. There's a lot more to come. I'm gonna be covering everything else I encounter because there's not very many in-depth YouTube videos. There's a few here and there which you can kind of pick and pull some information from, which is what I'm doing. But yeah, thanks for following along, guys. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.